Hi, my name is David Hood, and this video is about the pie chart SEO fallacy. This is a silly picture I created because it's really a silly thing to think about. It's a misunderstanding of how essentially programs and software works, combined with just also really asking the wrong questions. It's just so far off base that I thought I'd make a video about it just to help cut through some of the BS. So, the monkey's looking at this and saying, "What did I do wrong? How can I have affected it?" Because sometimes it's just some of the stuff they talk about. It's like, well, yeah, technically that's true, but it's not really the right question to ask, and it's not a single situation. So not only is it not a single situation, it's more. I'm going to talk more about what the algorithm is like in just a second, but these just the usefulness of these charts is basically nothing. In fact, I would say they're negative. The time you spent looking at it, reading it, and thinking about it, there might be something within the article that is useful, some action item useful. I'm not saying that that's not possible. I'm just saying that trying to look at a pie chart to understand, oh, well, off-page SEO is this much percentage, and on-page on-page is this much. That's just not how it works. And furthermore, the data is usually based upon surveying people in the SEO industry. The data isn't based upon what Google tells us. There isn't like an algorithm that Google puts out that's a pie chart. So this data is based upon it's survey data of people, of a large percentage of people who don't really understand SEO very well. I mean, SEO, just because someone calls themselves an SEO professional, doesn't necessarily mean that they know what they're talking about, as you might already know and have experienced. They don't know what they don't know, and so when they comment on what's important, it's putting bad data into a garbage format that completely misunderstands it. So it's like garbage times garbage in equals garbage squared, right? Okay, so let's get to what an algorithm and how Google evaluates your site on a high level looks like. So there are many paths that your automatic website analysis, that's what I'm calling it, to where Google decides what you're relevant to and what they like you for. Essentially, the best way to think of it is a bunch of decision paths, a bunch of forks in the road that are maybe there's only 2 paths, maybe there's 100 paths you can take on this fork. Who knows how deep this goes? I'm sure they've been building it pretty consistently for 15 to 20 years now, and paid a lot of people. So I imagine that there's a lot of different decision paths that a site can take. If you think about, you look at some search phrases and they have the Google local maps listings, and some search phrases they don't. So how do they decide what to put there, and whether or not to put your site number 1? How do they do that? It's not as they don't. I promise you, they don't look at a pie chart and go, oh, well, his on-page number is this, his monkey's number is this, his Angry Hornet's number, his Obama number is this, therefore this is his ranking. No, obviously that would be silly. It's more like, all right, which category they fit for this, which category they fit for this, combine it with these other factors that we're looking at, and what path we ended up on those, or what path we took, and factor that all together to another. I mean, who knows how complicated it is? It's a complicated series of decisions and paths that you can take. Now, while I do not know this, all the paths are really exactly how the logic works. That's not really important. What I do know is how to get down some of the better paths, because it's like when I do this, it's like, oh, all these, I can tell all these things that they might normally check or that might ding me, they just kind of overlook completely. And that's something that if you're interested in taking your site to the next level, that's what you really want to kind of take your site down, especially if you're stuck on the second page for a long time. Maybe you can barely break through on the first page, or especially if you have nothing in the top 5 or nothing on the first page, but lots of other things within the second and third page. This is where you just need to kind of push your site down a different decision path. And not a lot of people understand enough about how SEO works and how websites are evaluated by search engines to be able to know and understand how to put yourself down that path. So call me if you have any questions, or shoot me an email, DallasSEOGeek.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.